Guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Looking at the batteries, they're still not getting enough juice because of the crap weather ongoing. Weathermen are liars. So, not going to be doing a whole lot at the tiny house today, but I still may have to be using some of that power. Gotta pump this rainwater away, and I'm gonna show you why. We got even more rain last night on top of what we already had. Look at that, guys. That's insane. Oh my god. That is so much water, guys, and I have to get rid of it because if it goes anyway up to this area, this will start pissing water out the top. That is insane amount of water. So I'm going to attempt to pump some water off my batteries. But it has to be done. I'm catching so much water, it's pitiful. Give you the date and time. Date, time, temps. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. Perfect. So what I have to do, I was planning on running this wire today, but I'm kind of lazy mood and want to, save my back. So what I'm going to do, turn that power on there, and I'm going to run the pump over at my trailer to start moving that water, because this is insanity. And then what I'll do is do a continuity check on my wire here and go from there. So, the goal today is I have to open up this valve right here and then turn the power on. And hopefully, all goes well. Here we go. Power time. So the pump's working. It's going to take all this water, fill this up, and then once that's full, I can then not worry about this overflowing. Sweet. Now, one thing I do have to do, guys, is go back here across the tiny house to check the numbers on my batteries after having the pump load running. So this will probably drain the battery down pretty heavy, but maybe not. We're sitting 1284, bringing in just about an amp, maybe. I can also get rid of the fridge today and the rest of the stuff. So, but first I'm gonna grab I gotta look for my voltmeter, and we're gonna run a continuity check on my wires. Make sure all is hunky-dory. So, be back in a bit. Hey guys, so I'm going to apologize right up front for the horrible lighting. And partially due because I don't want to use too much of my power. I'm using it mostly on pumping water at the moment. So, for continuity, guys, I labeled the wires so we know positive and negative. Positive and negative. So what I need to do is I'm going to take my voltmeter and I'm going to turn it on to this little, looks like a little speaker sound there. And you really don't have to look at the meter. What you do is you take the prongs of the meter, and when it makes that noise, that means you got a connection. So I'm going to run the leads, one lead to the one end of the positive wire, one lead to the other. So that means it's a good connection. This one and this one. Those are the negative wires. So my wiring's okay. Yay! I was scared about that. So that's how you check. You throw your meter on continuity, and what it does is it sends a small amount of electricity through, and if it receives it at the other end, it beeps. kind of like a switch, audible switch. Anyways, I'm gonna go check on the pumping. It's gonna be a good half hour of pumping. So hopefully the sun breaks through and helps my battery along with that. And then in the meantime, I will load up the fridge and get rid of a bunch of other junk that I don't need here at the moment. I won't be running these wires today because my bag's still kind of iffy. It's better, but it probably means I just tweaked it or slept on it wrong the night before. But I don't want to mess that up because there's no access to chiropractors and stuff, guys. It's not gonna happen. And missing one day here on a crappy day is not a big deal. As long as I take care of the water today, we'll be good. Be back in a bit. Fridge is gone into the vehicle, and I emptied the cooler as well. Let's check on our progress here. Down to 12.78, bringing in an amp and a bit now, which is good. We're gonna walk our way back to the pumping action at the Off-Grid Tiny House, and then I'm out of here because it's gonna be crap all day and I can't do much with this kind of nonsense going on, so I'm just gonna take a lazy day. We're down to this much so far, guys. Pump's working steady. I'm gonna go feel the pump, see if it's warm or anything. It's not bad. But basically what it is, because my pump is lower than the level of the water, the weight of the water and the pressure moving down via gravity wants to help assist the pump get up there anyway, so that's kind of a little bonus. I don't know if it's hard on the pump or makes the pump labor a little extra, but doesn't seem like it. Pump seems like it's running like a top. I'll have to get that same brand again next time I need a pump. Always good to have an extra pump on because if not, you'll just be pissing water out the side of the trailer to get rid of it. Not a good thing. But I'm very happy I put that drain setup in because that's literally the only way to drain my water if there was an emergency or something. So yeah, so this thing is probably, by the time this amount moves up here, guys, we're going to be real close to the top, up at the top of this tank. That means I'm going to be doing some heavy laundry and other things once I have enough juice in the setup. This is probably worst case scenarios weather-wise, guys. It's literally rained for 72 hours straight. Almost straight, but as close as that'll go. That's insane. Insanity. Now, sometimes there were torrential, sometimes it was light misty, but it was steady. Yeah. So I kind of got a mess going on here. Now, like I said, guys, in my earlier videos, once I get these wires dealt with and through the ceiling and across, then the MPPT and the controller will be going back there. I'll be losing that PWM right there, and I'm just going to leave the solar off for the roof. And we're going to try to get the wind turbine to power up the lithium iron phosphate batteries because it needs a little extra oomph at nighttime. And that's cheap. That's the cheapest way to do it because everything I need is on site. The wire that I made up yesterday, the MPPT back there, we're going to use that. And we're going to see if we can hook up a wind turbine to my iron phosphate batteries, and that will be the game changer because basically that's pretty sweet. If I'm able to charge everything from, you know, overnight and so on and so forth. That means unlimited power, as long as it's windy. But normally at nighttime here, guys, wind is not a problem whatsoever. So let's check the progress again. 12.76 volts, amp and a half coming in, or so, give or take. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I can still feel my back. My back is a lot better today, but it's still twerked a little bit, so I'm gonna just take it easy, lazy day. I know I just took a fridge out and a heavy bag of gear, but I was careful, took my time, because I'm gonna be a while waiting for this pump. Another 20 minutes or so to drain that much into the top of this. And then once that's done, now the interesting part about this, guys, is the only thing holding back all that water is this little ball valve right here. So if it does fail, it's going to shoot out my drain and all will be well, as far as I can tell. So there you go. And I did add a couple pinches of bleach with my little dropper, glass dropper, into the tank. So that's all going to mix in the top there, and that water will be then treated and good to use. So pretty good. Now I don't recommend drinking it unless you filter it through a Berkey or a Pro Pure water filter or a mini Sawyer, because you know, it's probably not a good idea to be drinking any type of dust or bird crap that may have gotten past the filter systems. So, you know, when I'm gonna be in here full time, guys, at the tiny house, I'm bringing my Pro Pure and my Berkey setup, and then I just take the water off the roof, run it through my gravity filter, then it's consumable. That simple. Pretty sweet. So never gonna the tiny house produces my water for everything, and I'm not a very large square footage, so think about it, guys. If you're in an actual conventional house and you capture rainwater off your roof, you're gonna have way more than I will, and Christ, you could end up bottling it and selling it as a side business. Get a bunch of empty bottles, start selling some water. As long as it's decent water you're filtering, and on and on and on, right? But yeah, so I think that's all I'm doing today. It's gonna be pretty a chill day, but like I said, I'm gonna take all this video from yesterday and today, throw it up on for my Patreon members, and then my YouTubers will see it a month or so later. But that's a good, you know, guys on YouTube, if you guys aren't becoming a Patreon member, it's only $1 a month. What is that, like 3 cents a day? Something like that. You get all my stuff live, unedited, ad-free, and then you get a credit in all my future videos as long as you stay a subscriber. So, pretty good. I just actually got one of my former Patreon members rejoined, and yeah. Uh-oh, I just got a call from somebody. Hold on.